We know that the mole is a number. If we have 1 mole of a substance, we have Avogadro's number of molecules, or however that chemical exists in that sample. However, how is a mole related to mass? That's what we need it for. It's related to mass through molar mass. The molar mass is the mass of 1 mole. And we're going to look at the molar mass of atoms to begin with, and it is easily found on the periodic table. We remember from previous chapters, under the elemental symbol on the periodic table is typically a decimal number, and that decimal number is the weighted average of the isotopes of that element. And if we look at this relative mass, it has units of AMU for an individual atom. So for example, all the carbon atoms on planet Earth have an average atomic mass of 12.01 AMU. Now, it just so happens that there are 6.022 times 10 to the 23 AMU in 1 gram, and so that makes determination of the molar mass of atoms super easy. It's the same number as the relative atomic mass, it's just that the units are different. So when we're looking at units for molar mass, they are grams per mole, as opposed to the AMU for an individual atom. So that's super important to know the difference. Molar mass will have units of grams per mole, and just point out that chemists often leave off that E at the end of a mole. Right, so we can easily determine the molar mass of atoms by looking at the periodic table, and let's practice with that. I want you to pause the video and determine the molar mass of these 3 atoms, carbon, iron, and gold. And yes, it was just as easy as looking at the periodic table. So the molar mass of carbon is 12.01 grams per mole. The molar mass of iron is 55.85 grams per mole. And the molar mass of gold is 197 grams per mole. Now, I like to write out the molar mass in this equality format, whereas 1 mole of carbon is equal to 12.01 grams of carbon. Now, since I have a mole of carbon, that if I have 12.01 grams of carbon, that means I have 6.022 times 10 to the 23 atoms of carbon. If I have a mole of iron, that's 55.85 grams. If I have 55.85 grams of iron, there are 6.022 times 10 to the 23 iron atoms in that sample. And the molar mass, 1 mole of gold is 197 grams of gold. If I have 197 grams of gold, I have 6.022 times 10 to the 23 gold atoms in that sample.